Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Lowe's How To Anything. So if you're tired of worn out carpet on your stairs and you're looking to update them, well, you're in luck. I've got a transformative DIY project and you will not believe the before and after. Let's get to it. So this is the staircase we're going to be updating today. And as you can see, after years of foot and pet traffic, the carpet's pretty worn out. So we're gonna give it a fresh, modern look. But the first thing we need to do is rip out the carpet. So the good news is when you're ripping out carpet, there's really no prep. Just make sure it's clear of debris. Now, I'm going to begin by using these pliers, and I'm going in the corner here, and I'm really getting a good grip on the carpet, and I'm gonna start pulling. But before I start pulling, I wanna make sure that I've got proper PPE because there is dust and dirt and pet hair, and I don't want it flying up in my face. All right, so I'm gonna start pulling, and this carpet pulls away pretty easily, actually. So when I'm removing carpet, a really good idea is to start at the top and work your way down. You have a little more momentum and you're able to really pull. Now, this came off pretty easy, but carpet can actually be pretty heavy. And this looks like one long strip all the way down. So I'm actually going to use a utility knife to cut it into strips so that I can easily carry it out to the trash. All right, now that the carpet is completely removed, we have to take care of this carpet pad. Now, carpet pads can either be glued down or stapled down. And in our case, this one is stapled. So, all we gotta do is start pulling. So you can see all we have left are these little chunks of carpet pad, and that is where the staples are holding it in place. So we're just going to take our pliers again and pull those staples out. Now that our carpet pad is gone, we need to remove this tack strip, which is what actually held the carpet in place. And to remove this strip, we just need a pry bar and a hammer. And also, I should note, make sure to be aware of these sharp points along the tack strip. And now I'm going to keep going all the way up. As you can see, demo's done. Now, we did leave a little bit of a mess, so we're just gonna vacuum it up. Now that we've removed all the carpet, this is our opportunity to look at the integrity of our subfloor. Now, lucky for us, everything looks great, but if you have any repairs that need to be done on your subfloor, now's the time to do it. Now, when it comes to actually understanding your stairs, there's really only two parts you need to know. This top piece, where you step, is called the tread. And this vertical piece here is called the riser. Now, this is a significant staircase with lots of pieces. So to help keep myself organized, I have numbered and lettered all the treads and risers because each stair is going to be slightly different in measurement. Let's talk about the flooring we're going to install today. So I went to Lowe's and picked up this really awesome Stair Renewal Kit. And what's so fantastic about it is it comes with a pre-finished tread and riser, and it's available in loads of different colors. So pick the one that's right for you. For today's project, we chose the color Scraped Oak. Now, for the risers, they've done something really cool for us, and they've actually given us an alternative option to use a white finish instead. For today's project, we're going to install our riser with the white finish, so there's a nice contrast with the tread. And speaking of the tread, here is our tread. As you can see, it has a beautiful natural finish on it. It also has this built-in bull nose right here on the front of the tread. And this is pretty fantastic because it's gonna give us a nice, clean, rounded look when we install it on our stairs. Another great thing about this bull nose, as you can see on our stairs, we actually have this little overhang right here. Now, on some tread installations, you would need to cut that lip off so that it's flush. But with our bull nose, it actually fits right over the top, saving us a step and adding a little extra support. All right, let's measure. Now, our first measurement is going to be the stair tread, the top of our stair. And we're going to measure the depth first. So we're going to put the measuring tape all the way up against the subfloor and measure it to the front of this stair. And I'm actually just gonna take a couple measurements. We're good, those are the same. Now, in a perfect world, our walls would all be square and straight. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. So we're actually going to take 2 measurements on the width of our tread to ensure we get a precise cut. The first measurement will be on the back of the stair. Okay, and the next one will be on the front, and we can cut accordingly. All right, let's go cut a stair tread. All right, let's cut our first tread. Now, to do this, we are going to use a compound miter saw. Fortunately for us, the depth of our stairs match perfectly with the depth of our tread, so we don't need to make any cuts there. But if you do, use a circular saw to cut all the way down so that it fits your stairs perfectly. Now, you'll recall I made 2 measurements on the width, the back and the front. Now, I should note, when we measured the width of our stairs, the front and the back measurements were actually the same, so we just need to make 1 cut. And I also should note, whenever you are making a cut, you want to cut just to the outside of your measurement, and you want to do this because you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room if you need to make some adjustments afterward. Let's cut our width. All right, let's measure and mark the rest of our treads and get them cut. I've measured and cut all my treads. Now, I want to dry fit this tread, not only to make sure it fits, perfect fit, but it also allows me to go ahead and measure the riser. So I'm going to set the measuring tape on top of the tread, and I'm looking for this measurement just underneath this lip. Now, just like measuring the tread, we're going to take 2 measurements on our width. 1 at the top, great, and 1 at the bottom. And they match, great. Let's go cut our risers. Now we're going to cut the height of our riser. So the first thing I'm going to do is make marks all along my board. And I'm using the measurements that I took earlier and just making marks every 6 inches or so. A little trick to help avoid any chipping while you're cutting is to use some painter's tape. And I'm simply going to press it down and line it up with the marks that I just made. And now I'm ready to cut. So to cut the height of our riser, I'm going to use this small circular saw. And this particular saw comes with a guard that helps me not only line up the blade with the inside of my tape, but it ensures that I have a nice, even, straight cut all the way down. Now we're going to cut the width of our risers. And just like with the treads, we're going to use this compound miter saw. And all that's left to do is measure, mark, and cut. All right, let's measure and cut the rest of our risers. This is my favorite part, when everything starts coming together. Now, you'll remember at the beginning, I actually lettered and numbered the treads and risers. And you can see here, I've got the letter G, and I've also got the letter G here. Now, I also remembered to add an arrow. Since each riser is custom cut, I wanna make sure I install it the correct way. Now, to get it in, we're simply gonna use some construction adhesive. Give it a nice, firm press to make sure that construction adhesive really sticks to the subfloor. All right, looks good. Let's install our tread. Now I know this one says 7 and this is 7, so I know it's gonna fit. And for this, I'm actually going to put the construction adhesive directly on the subfloor. Nice and easy, slides right in. Look at that, a nice snug fit. Once again, I'm gonna put some extra pressure on it. Make sure that adhesive really sticks. Let's keep working our way up. And that's it. What did I tell you? This before and after is amazing. Updating the treads and risers was just what this staircase needed, and I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you can find everything you need to rip out carpet and update your stairs at Lowe's or Lowes.com. And if you need some help, one of our Lowe's Red Vest associates will be happy to assist you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next on Lowe's How To Anything.